Hi, this is Sue, Stretching Yoga, 50 and over. I'm going to focus on a hip stretch today, and it's going to be 30 minutes. I did a lot of hiking yesterday, went up pretty much, I don't know, like a 2,000-foot incline, and it was about a 4-hour hike, so my hips are super tight, and I want to really stretch them out. And so we're going to focus on the hips and some strengthening in the middle, of course. So we're going to start out just with the mountain pose. Just breathe in here a couple of times. The 2-part breath, two long sniffs in, get the breath right to the bottom of your stomach if you can. And then let it out slowly from the bottom to the top. We're going to try to hold the poses here so you get a really good stretch. We're going to go into a sequence. It's good hip stretch. It also does build some strength. So it's going to be warrior 1, warrior 2, and then peaceful warrior. Not hard to do, but we're going to basically align your heels. Take your right foot out. Go as far as you can. Bend it at the knee, and then we're going to face your right leg forward. Bring both hands up to the sky. This is warrior 1. And we're going to hold this here for a good 2 breaths. I can really feel the stretch here. So it's in the extended leg on the front of my thigh. Then we'll come into warrior 2. Basically, we're going to keep that same right leg bent like this. We're going to turn forward, bring our arms out to the sides, and now you're going to feel a stretch on your inner thigh of your extended leg, this leg. And you might want to spread your feet just a little bit more. Get a really good stretch in here. And we're going to hold this for a good 2 breaths, okay? Now we're going to come on to, first we're going to do side angle, then peaceful warrior. So they transition very smoothly into these positions. So we're going to go into the side angle. So put your right leg on your right knee for some balance. Bring your left arm so that this whole side is at a straight angle. And I want you to really pull it up and stretch your whole side. And again, we'll hold it here for 2 breaths. Then we're going to come into peaceful warrior. So you're going to put your left hand on your straight leg. Going to bend my right knee, stay bended, and bring your right arm up for a stretch on your right side. And we're going to switch sides for this 4-step pose, really, to get the good stretches on the other side. Okay, pull your legs in. We'll come on back up for a couple breaths into mountain pose. Just gentle, stay here, and then we're going to switch sides. Okay, we're going to come into warrior 1 on the opposite side. So you're going to take the left leg out, bring your right leg back. Your heels should be aligned. You're going to bend your left leg for warrior one. And you're going to bring your arms up, straight up, and face your left leg. And come on down. And now you're going to feel, you should feel a stretch here and in your inner thigh here. Okay, we'll go into warrior two. So basically you're going to keep that same leg bent. Probably have to come in a bit. Stretch your arms out to the side, and you're going to look over your left hand. This is warrior two, and I can feel it right here. Okay, now we're going to come into the side angle. Your left arm down onto your left knee. You might want to spread your legs even a little further. You're going to bring your right arm straight up. You're going to feel a big stretch in your right side. I want you to really pull your hand up as far as you can to feel the stretch right here in the middle. I can feel my back cracking a little bit. Oh, okay, and we'll come into peaceful warrior. Basically, I'm going to bring my leg in a little bit. You're now going to put your right hand on your long leg, your right leg, and you're going to come up. You're going to get a stretch on your other side. Your left leg stays bent. And you can look up towards your hand if you want, or you could just look straight forward, whatever's comfortable. But you should feel a good stretch in here. Really trying to stretch out our middle and our legs and our thighs. So I can feel this here on the outer right hip and on the inner thigh. Okay, I want you to keep a wide leg stance. Come over and we're just gonna hang into a wide leg wide leg hang. And then we're gonna go into down dog. Basically, when I do this, I feel it in the backs of my thighs. Okay, we're going to come into down dog. So I'm going to turn to the side. And come up here. Place your hands about hip distance apart. Your feet the same. If you can get your heels down to the floor, that's fantastic. You're going to, let's just try to go into a regular down dog, which is keeping our feet somewhat stable, and then we're going to pedal them. So you get a really good stretch in the left leg, and then the right leg, and the left leg. And 2 times we're going to go into down dog, and then we're going to go into pigeon. So I want you to take your right leg up high, like this. It can even come back for a good hip stretch. Bring that right leg down to your right wrist. I keep my knee at a 45-degree angle, not 90 degrees, because I think that's too hard on your knee. And then you're going to feel a great stretch in your right thigh. You just want to hold it here, and if you can come up, you get more of a stretch. You can feel it. I like to hold this one a little longer than the other poses because this really stretches out your hips. Essential for any lower extremity sport, which is most of them. think keeping your hands on the mat is actually good enough. Okay, then we're going to slowly come out of that and go back into down dog. Just slowly, no, don't hurry. See if your right leg feels just a tiny bit like the heel can go down a tiny bit lower towards the mat. And we'll stay here for a couple of breaths and then pedal as you feel. Even when you're in down dog, you're getting a really good hip stretch and back stretch. Yoga is over 5,000 years old, so I feel like all these poses are well tested and they really help the body to extend and release. Okay, we'll raise our left leg. You can open up the hip. Come on down. Bring your left leg to your left wrist. Bring your right leg back as far as you can, and you want to be on the front of your foot in the back, so you get a good stretch here in your left hip. And then we're just going to sit in here and hold this. We're going to do this down dog on either side. We're going to do the pigeon again one more time and the down dog. Just because this is such a good hip opener. Okay, come on back into down dog. Pedal your legs out. Bring your right leg up. Bring it to your right wrist. Keep it at a 45-degree angle, this knee. Extend your left leg. And breathe into the hip. Okay. This is our last down dog. Pedal it out. Take your left leg up. Bring it up to the left wrist. And come on down. After this, we're going to go into the plank and the side plank to build some muscles in the middle. The plank is great for building all the little tiny muscles in your middle. Okay. We're going to come to tabletop right here. Actually, we'll do a cat-cow, which is just to release the back a bit. Okay, and then plank, we're just going to put your hands, spread them wide, put them under your shoulders, put your legs straight, and if this is too hard, come down on your knees and just hold that there. And if you feel like going into the full plank, we'll come up here for 30 seconds. Almost there. Okay, come on down on your knees. Come on back into child's pose. Stretch out the arms. Okay, we'll go back into plank. We're not going to hold it for 30 seconds here. We're going to hold it for about 10, and then we're going to take the side plank on either sides. So get a little strength in our side. Okay, come on up. And then we're going to go to one side. Put your arm up for balance. Okay, bring the hand down. Come to the other side. Okay, back to plank. Back to your knees. Down to child's pose. Okay, next we're going to stay seated, and we're going to come into a spinal twist. So I think I will sit to the side so that you can see. You're going to bend the left knee. You're going to put your right leg over your bent knee like this, and then you're going to take your left hand behind your raised knee and twist to the side. And I want you can use this elbow to pull the knee open so you really feel the twist in your right thigh. And we're just going to sit here for an extended time because it's a great stretch opener for your hips. Since the focus is on the hips for this video, I really want to get the hips stretched out. Okay, I'm back. We're going to switch sides. So we're going to bend the right leg, put the left leg over the right leg, and this is really hard for me. Ow. I can hardly twist on this side. So my right hip is really getting a stretch right here, which it really needs. It was hurting yesterday a bit when I was hiking. And I'm going to repeat this one because it's a super great stretch for your hips. Really important. If your hips are tight, you'll notice when your hips are tight, it's a little harder to lift your legs up high enough. And it's a really good prevention of tripping over anything. And so if your hips are looser, your legs raise up high enough so that you don't trip. So I think this is a really important twist. Plus it twists your middle as well. Okay, we're going to come out of that and do it again. Oh, that is killing me. Your left leg, and we're not going to do this 2 more times. Okay? Pull your right knee as far to the left as you can with your elbow so you really feel it in your right hip. You really feel the stretch. Okay, we're going to switch legs and do that again. Okay, this is a little bit easier than it was the last time. And you want to twist as much as you can. If you can look all the way and twist all the way towards the back wall, that's perfect. So really right now I'm getting a good stretch in my left hip, but I can also feel it somewhat in my right hip. Usually, I mean, I can definitely feel the twist in my right hip as well. Okay. Oh, my right hip is definitely tight. Now we're going to do a rotated head to knee, which is again another hip stretch. So you want to take one leg straight out, your right leg straight out in front of you, your left leg bent, okay? You want to bring this right hand inside your straight leg, and you're going to twist. Again, I can feel the stretch here. Not as bad as my right side, but you want to keep your flexibility even. Okay, let's switch sides. Put your left leg out straight, your right leg bent, your left elbow as far over as you can get. If you can get down to the mat, that's excellent. I cannot get that far on the right side. So you're then going to twist. The more you can get towards the back of you, the better. Take a deep breath in here. I could feel my right leg just get a little bit looser when I do that. Feels a lot better. Okay, now we are going to work on, the one thing we need, I think I forgot to mention, is the block. If you could grab a block, that would be great. I have one right here. I don't remember if I mentioned that. So we're going to come down now, and we're going to do the lying down or the supine hand to toe. So we're going to pull up our leg for a good stretch. One leg gets stretched out, this leg goes right here, and you're basically just going to use your own hands to pull your leg forward. And it's hand to toe, so if you can grab your toes and make them, as much as you can get this leg straight, it's great. I cannot totally straighten it out. Just want to hold this one for a little. I can feel a huge stretch in the back of my thigh. And remember, the longer we can hold these positions and just stay still, the more the muscles relax. Okay, I'm going to use the other leg, and we're going to do that one more time. So most people have the back of their legs are tight. So your whole leg, obviously from your heel, your foot, all the way up through your calves, through your thighs, and your hips. And usually when you get all these loose, your back will feel better. Because usually tight back is due to tight legs. Now this is really, I can really feel the stretch here, really tight. So I'm hoping the next time around, the next set, it will be a little bit looser. That's what we're working on. Okay. Do the right leg again. Oh, goodness, this is so tight. Okay. Do the other leg. Okay. Whew. Next up, while we're down, lying down like that, I'm going to come into a lying down spinal twist. And then after that, we'll use the block. So we're going to lie down. This feels great. I love doing this one. Cross your right leg over your left. Drop your legs to the right and look to the left. You feel a huge twist in your middle and in your spine. This one also will stretch this part of your, right here on your upper hip. If you happen to have tight hips, if you could do these maybe like just twice a week or even 3 times a week, you should see a big difference in your flexibility there. Okay, we're going to switch legs. So your left leg over your right knee. Drop your right. Oh, this is much harder for me on the right side, but you're getting a really good stretch in here. Okay, let's bring those legs up. Let's do that one more time. Your right leg over your left. Drop to your right and look to the left. If this is easy for you, you probably don't need a lot of stretching in your hips. And if you're like me, I have one hip that's definitely tighter than the other. Okay, come on up. Bring your left leg over your right knee. Drop your left to the side and look over to the right. Now this time it's already a little bit looser for me. So I just want to hold this. I want to hold this for a little bit. Okay, bring your legs up. Hug your knees. Take them nice and close to your body. Just do whatever feels good with your feet. Turn your ankles a bit. We're coming into the home stretch here. we're going to use one of my favorite poses next, which is putting the block under our sacrum it's basically a supported bridge pose. Okay, so if you want to grab your blocks, put them on the low side or the high side, whatever you're comfortable with. You might want to why don't you start out on the low side, put them right under your sacrum, which is right at the bottom of your back. You'll know because it's a comfortable place to have it. And you can just get up on the block, move it around a little, and stay here. You can put your hands up this way. We're just going to sit in here for a minute. It's a great little stretch in your back. I'm going to start out on the low side, and then I'm going to raise it for just a bigger stretch in the back. And put your hands up. You can put your hands back like this, wherever you feel comfortable. Getting a stretch here in your back. Okay, now put your knees should be bent, maybe about hip width apart, your feet. And if you want to raise your block to the higher place under your sacrum, feels great. And then I'm going to leave my hands down by my side to get a great stretch in your back and in the front of your hips, right here. So it's another great hip stretcher, but also a back stretcher. So if you feel comfortable sitting in this position, or stay in the low position if you'd like, either one of those are excellent positions to get a good stretch in. Okay, take that block out, and then we're going to come up into happy baby. Basically, you're going to grab your toes, your big toes, or your baby toes. I like to grab my big toes, and you're going to spread your legs, and you're just going to basically rock gently, very gently, side to side. This just kind of gives a little release to the back and a little gentle hip opener again. And then after this, we're going to come on down to Shavasana for a minute and just relax. And if you'd like to subscribe to my videos or like them, that would be great. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Okay. I think we're going to come down for just a little bit of a Shavasana. I want you to pull your hands way up and get a great stretch in the whole body. Bring your feet out, and we're just going to have a slight relaxation release. And put your hands wherever they're comfortable. Okay, roll to the side or come up, however you find easiest. Cross your legs in front. And if there's anything you'd like to work on in particular, just feel free to drop me an email. Thank you again so much for joining. I really appreciate it. It's actually a lot of fun for me, and I hope it's a good stretch for you. Thank you.